from Colorado's capital city, welcome to Denver. This is Empower Field at Mile High. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos. Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. It's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. And off we go here from Mile High. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. We're going to run, and this is Travion Henderson. He's got room to run right at the start, and he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
On 3rd and 2, it's May. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a toss left side for Henderson. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Nick Bonito there for the tackle. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 9. On the give, this is Stevenson. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? What a critical flag. Roughing the passer. It sets up 1st and goal. On the option, they give it to Stevenson. And he will score! Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown, Patriots. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
The extra point is up and good. And the Pats will take a 7-0 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
One of his teammates there to take it back in.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And that's not going to be nearly enough. He'll get 4, but 4th and long coming up.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
That one hits at the 3, but goes in the wrong direction for the punter. It turns out to be a touchdown. The Patriots offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. It's 2nd down.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
That one taken in by Douglas. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Third and short. And here is May. And that is incomplete. They're trying to locate Travion Henderson out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain, if he just catches that ball and turns upfield, they extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They send Sutton in motion. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. The ball comes out. One of the Patriots has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Patriots 14, Broncos nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh! And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Gotta start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. We'll go play action with Nix. One of the Patriots has it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Patriots offense ready to get back at it. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Throwing is May. And that is incomplete. But there is a flag down into the play, back by the quarterback. Let's see. So the penalty sets up this offense for 1st and goal. A run, and this is Henderson. And he'll get about 5.
Henderson, the ball carrier, brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal. Stevenson is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
The extra point is good. And the Patriots looking terrific here out of the gate. Already up 21-0. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin then. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They are facing an uphill climb early begin this drive with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch, and instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Broncos.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Third and 2. Here we go. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Taken back to the other side of midfield.
The tackle made back at his
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Patriots offense ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't know.
He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions. And now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Play action now. It's a loose football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 10.
Here's Nix to throw. Going up top. That's caught. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. A big-time play for the Broncos. It's a gain of 49.
10 at the 31-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver,
Incomplete.
and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 4th down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are on the board here in the 1st.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They quickly out to Diggs.
His pass complete to Stephon Diggs. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll go play action with May. Flushed to his left.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Patriots 1st down. An 8-yard pickup.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's May. They'll try and set up the tight end screen. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Give up the middle to Stevenson. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From out of the gun, here's May. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Harvey. The ball's out. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is May. He'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back,
and he will score again. Ramondre Stevenson, touchdown Patriots. He has come out of the gate smoking. His 3rd touchdown, all in this opening quarter of play. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. The extra point now for Borregales. He's got it. And the Pats stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3.
Broncos 3. is Borregales.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start out first down and 10. To throw is Nix. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect. And it falls incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. On the handoff, it's Stevenson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
John Franklin Myers on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. Now, May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
They'll try to sneak in here, and he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker, it is first and goal.
That's good for a Patriots first down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed.
And he's got another one. Ramondre Stevenson, touchdown New England. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Borregales now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Patriots add on to their already sizable lead.
Broncos 3.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Back to throw is Nix. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Second down, Nix. That's over the middle and intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And the Patriots have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
The Patriots offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. That's Zach Allen there on the tackle.
Zach Allen. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Broncos' 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun. It's May. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Antonio Gibson. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2. They'll run here with Gibson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, New England.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Ramondre Stevenson was the intended target that time. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have. And fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Third, they need 8. May gonna look to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
That one is good. And the Pats are going to extend their first quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to
on 1st down, here's Nix to throw. Left side. That's complete. It's Sutton. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
49-yard line.
A first down throw for Nix. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On second down, it's Nix. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off, that ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
Nix from the gun on third down. The ball comes out. One of the Patriots has it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
The kick is good. Makes the score Patriots 45, Broncos 3.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. Yeah! And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
26-yard line.
Now, faking the give. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him to just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter. They need 8 as they come up for third down. As we are ready to get back underway. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
The extra point now for Borregales. His kick is good, and the Pats stretch things out even further.
52. Broncos 3.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Throwing is Nix. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll be second down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots getting set for their next drive. It's the tight end Henry in motion. He'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On third and long, here's May. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Oh, they had a shot there. It hit the 5, but it continues into the end zone, and it will come back out to the 20. The Broncos offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Nix now on 1st and 10. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So, a big one there to start the drive. 35 yards.
First down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Good running there. He's Broncos got the first down inside the 30.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Nix to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Unfortunately, Mike, over my career, I've been in this guy's shoes plenty of times, probably more than I wish to admit. You take your eyes off the ball. You think about becoming a runner before securing the catch, and when you do that, you end up watching the ball fall to the ground.
That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
To the 5-yard line. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. They'll throw. It's Nix. They'll look to set up the screen here. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive lineman to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots getting set for their next drive. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
That's good for the Patriots.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, Henderson. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing now is May. He's got Douglas going deep. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing. Nix. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots getting set for their next drive. To throw on 1st down is May. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Now an injury timeout, and it looks like it's Stephon Diggs who's having an issue. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Stevenson. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch it right here. Go, go, go.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Out of the gun, here's May. That one intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan McMillan. And the Broncos have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
Mike, it's very simple in the NFL. You're just not going to win a lot of games when you're losing the turnover battle to this degree. And it's their struggles protecting the football. They've continued to hurt them here today, and that's why they find themselves trailing at this point in the game.
We'll go play action with Nix. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, he creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Oh, a loose football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
3rd down and 9. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that is incomplete. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's their punter now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. The Patriots offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. On the give, this is Stevenson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 6. We'll go right back to Stevenson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. This is 3rd and 6. Now, May. He's got his man. It's Diggs. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Patriots, first down. A gain of 15.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
He'll go play action. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Broncos have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. Oh, there's nothing better than when the defense scores a touchdown, except when a big man on the defense finds his way to the end zone.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since that guy had a ball in his hand, Mike, probably since his earlier days as a young kid. But, boy, he looked comfortable. What a return. What a play for him to be able to pick up that loose ball and bring it all the way back. Man, nothing brings life to a sideline like a defensive lineman touchdown.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it. The Broncos will get just a bit closer.
The score, Patriots 52, Broncos 13.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. Now Gibson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. A carry now for Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 45. John A. Barron is there to make the stop. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is May. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
13 yards.
A pickup there of 13. Good for a Patriots first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
That was incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll get this one out to his fullback. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
And it's
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process. Receiver who the defender they're hot off of, that guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout.
Wait for this. What are you guys doing? What are we doing?
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Gibson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll try again here. Second and 10. On the ground, Gibson. And he's going to be taken down after a big second down pickup. But we do have a penalty marker on the field. Working out of the gun, it's May. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
So on fourth down, on comes the rookie, Andres Borregales, for the Patriots field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down.
It's a pickup of
So this
3.
team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Next, from the gun, on third down. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Patriots offense about ready to take over once more. Start on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
2nd and 11. To throw now, May. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Austin Hooper was the intended target. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often. And it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
A 28-yard gain. 1st down, Patriots.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Kayshon Boutte was the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
3rd and 10. To throw is May. Open man, left side, he's got it. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. First and 10. And the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looks like he might have gotten there early. Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. The catch made there by Sutton. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Carlton Davis. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll turn and hand this one off. Flag comes in as he's forward for about 3 yards. But we'll need to check on the call. May gonna look to throw. He'll find the rookie 3rd-round pick, Kyle Williams. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
When you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
3rd and short. And here is May. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, New England.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward, and we'll give him 4 yards. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run for the 1st time with their fullback. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll let the fullback try to push the puck. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Here's May. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball. They get the man, and it's no gain.
Second and 9.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Hooper, the tight end, is in motion. And this will be incomplete, but there's a flag back in the backfield where the quarterback is. They may have got him after he released the ball. What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up first and goal. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Still first down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. Throwing now is May. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. So they're going to have it at their own 20-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. A first down throw for Nix. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They'll throw. It's Nix. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. So, first and 10 here now at the 38. Throw it. Nix. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
These are the kind of plays that give running backs bad names. I mean, there's nothing fancy about this. You're wide open, the ball's on target. He just flat out dropped it.
On second down, it's Nix. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. I might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
Back to throw is Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or kick a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Out of the gun, here's a run at the gut. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
And the Patriot first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. Two very different halftime speeches, I would assume, by those head coaches as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's to Jaleel McLaughlin. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Nix. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
He will air this out, looking for Sutton. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And a nice return will set them up in good field position right at midfield. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Out of the gun, here's May.
May's pass complete to number up second down at the 43-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. Had the defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On 3rd and long, here's May. And that is incomplete.
Well, in a game that seems like it's gone all in their favor, that's kind of one of the rare cases where this offense didn't appear to be on the same page, because for as good as they have been all day long, this possession at least, they're going to stall out.
Patriots ready for the punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third and 5. Here's Nix to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Carry that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the 1st down.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 15. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense. So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it, or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Working out of the gun. It's May. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Patriots will extend their third quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Nick snap on 1st and 10. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Second and 10. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. It is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up. Off the play fake, here's May. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And so far throughout the course of the game, I think the secondary's actually done a really nice job of taking him away. I mean, he's clearly one of their best players, one of the top players in the league. They're going to continue to find ways to target him. So defensively, it doesn't matter if he has 0 catches or 10. He is always going to be a focal point of this offense. And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. A run now with McLaughlin. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. He'll step up and run. And he'll get beyond the marker before giving himself up. That's a 1st down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that 1st down marker is, he's able to pick up the 1st down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the 1st down.
They'll run. This is McLaughlin. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. The question now, will the play stand? He'll drop to throw. There's a screen from McLaughlin. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
2nd down.
Well, the best screenplay is, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
This one down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. The Broncos bringing out their punter.
Formation for the Broncos. The Patriots take over.
The Patriots offense ready to get back to work.
20-yard line.
Be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Again, they'll try to power forward with their fullback. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Throwing is May. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. And the Patriots ready to kick it away.
The Patriots.
The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. Nix now to throw it here on first down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. And that is incomplete. But a flag is down back in the backfield. Did they hit the quarterback late? Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target.
Jack Gibbons.
It's 2nd down.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
A run here, it's McLaughlin. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Jalen Hawkins there on the tackle. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Third and 6. From the shotgun, here's Nix. This one's just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points, but really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play. It stresses your offensive line. It stresses your quarterback. It stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
The Patriots offense ready to take over once again. Douglas in motion. They'll try to run with their fullback. And a nice run there. He'll get 8 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. May gonna look to throw. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd and 2, it's May. And that's going to be incomplete. But now a marker comes flying in late behind the line of scrimmage. Might we get a roughing the passer call here? 1st and 10. And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot, and as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 4. Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, New England.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line, distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up a fresh set of downs. You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
To throw is May, and that is incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll go play action with Nix. You'll find his tight end, that's Troutman, and he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 18-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Gets this away, and it's a good one. Angling toward the sideline. The Patriots offense ready to get back at it.
Their own 20-yard line.
first and 10, here's May. This one not quite on target. Let him too much. That one falls incomplete.
A bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
From the gun, on third down, it's May. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
The Broncos offense ready to take over once more.
On 20-yard line.
On the ground, McLaughlin. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have two or three that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
They're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Made out on first and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. A gain there of 11. Good for a Patriots first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. Now, May. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
7 yards.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Throwing on third down is May. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is fourth down. On now is Andres Borregales for the field goal try.
A 33-yard
This from
attempt.
extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Pats will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
This fielded at about the 9. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On first down, here's Nix to throw. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
It leads to second and
I had a
10.
rule, Mike, when I was playing that if the ball hit either of my hands, it was a drop. You don't get paid in the NFL to make the easy ones. You get paid in the NFL to make them all, and I think that's a catch he's got to come down with.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. And more of the same. Another interception. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
The Patriots offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Wow, how he got away from that first defender, I have no idea. This will wind up with positive yardage on the play. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Here's May. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. This is 3rd and 6. To throw now, May. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away.
For the Patriots.
And no return. How good is that? Backs him up all the way to the 2. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. We'll see how they want to attack things here. Backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's brought down at his own 4-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Back to throw is Nix. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air, but they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot. I like the aggressiveness of taking the shot there, but the downside is, Mike, when you find yourself backed up this close to your own end zone, now it brings up fourth down. That is not an enviable situation to find yourselves in. You either got to punt this ball away and play field position, or if you keep that offense out there, you better have a play you feel really good about.
This returnable for Douglas. Ooh, a very nice return. He takes it up past the 35-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line of scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
May to throw on 2nd down. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot, and as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's May. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. An inside give here to the fullback on the dive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 1. Throwing now is May. There's a short one to Hooper. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, New England.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. He's found his receiver, Butte.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And I think that's the sign of a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's already got 2 picks on the day. Certainly doesn't want to throw a third. So good decision. Just throw it away.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. May to throw again. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard. They timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. Throwing is May. It is brought in the end zone. Keyshawn Boutte. Touchdown, Patriots. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the 1st half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Borregales now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Patriots will add 1 more onto their big lead. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. A return now from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Knicks now on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely 1 more play in this 3rd quarter.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike, and he's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, if you just continue to stare down your primary read, you're going to lead the defenders right to the ball, and he's lucky this one just fell incomplete.
And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this 3rd quarter has come to an end. Third and 11. Working out of the gun. It's Knicks. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And on 3rd down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally 1 step ahead of the defense all game long. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming up. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. It's the tight end Henry in motion. On 2nd down, it's May. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. They motion the slot man left. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. The question now, will the play stand? Try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
When you give the ball to the fullback, it just hits a lot faster, so it puts a lot of pressure on the defense to trust their reads and react. It's exactly what we saw here. They're able to take him down in the backfield for a loss.
Right back to the fullback. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. May going to look to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You have to wonder, Mike, how are those previous mistakes he made earlier in the game still lingering in the back of his mind? You can tell he's being a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to risk throwing a 3rd interception and kind of just throws this one away.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. And that is incomplete. But there is a flag down into the play. Back by the quarterback. Let's see. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Now it's Dobbins. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 41. Here's 2nd and a couple. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak, and he will have a Broncos 1st down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Nick's going to look to throw, and he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Oh, the ball's out. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery.
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Try a jet sweep, and this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
It's a loss of 2.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
To throw is May. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
There is no worse feeling either coming back to the huddle or the sideline after a big drop, and that was a beautifully designed play, perfectly placed ball, and he just couldn't make the grab.
We're about ready now for the punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work. They'll go play action with Nix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. In this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
He's really struggled with his accuracy all game long, and when you look, Mike, I think he's had some opportunities downfield to connect with his guys, and it's one of the biggest reasons they find themselves trailing here late in this game.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Pickup of 4. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
The defense stringing them out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Third down and 3. They'll look to throw. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. On the zone read, this is Nix. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Slot man in motion right. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And the Patriots are looking at a 1st and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Now, May. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. May gonna hold on to this one. He will do it himself. He's in. Drake May. Touchdown, New England. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
The extra point now for Broncos. The kick is good. And the Pats will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the touchdown, Broncos is back to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. The catch made there by Sutton. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Second and inches. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
Come on now, that's just unfair. You're asking them to stop a fullback cold. All he needed was a couple inches to pick up the first down. Mike, I think if they run that play 10 different times, he's moving the chains.
Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. He'll find his target, Lou Jordan Humphries. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the Patriots' 36-yard line.
They'll run. This is McLaughlin. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. A 1st down throw for Nix. That's going to be incomplete. coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
The ball comes out. It's picked up by one of his teammates. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. A run now with McLaughlin. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Around a shotgun. It's Stidham. A loose football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And you think back earlier, remember, Mike, he threw that pick 6 in a very similar situation. So this time around, much better decision, doesn't take any chances. Smart move to just throw that one away.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit. So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Drive will start on the ground, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Second and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Get home, boys. We got this.
A run here. It's McLaughlin. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. He'll find his running back, McLaughlin. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Nick's going to keep it on the zone read. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Second and 11. Back to throw is Nix. He'll work this out wide from McLaughlin. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 7. Here's Nix to throw. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards.
It came up a little bit short there on 3rd down, but I think the reality is, Mike, they've been in 4-down territory for a while now. You find yourself down multiple scores. You cannot afford to waste any of these possessions.
And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. It's 1st down, and they'll run. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll try the jet sweep with Diggs. And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left them nowhere to go. And no gain.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences. They know it's coming and there's not going to be a lot of gain.
Trying to get it to Kyle Williams there. 3rd down coming up.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Just a really nice effort by the defense to challenge him right at the catch point. It's really the timing of the contact that really is able to dislodge the ball, and they get a fresh set of downs to work with if he's able to hold on to it. But because of the hit, he can't squeeze it, and now they find themselves looking at 4th down.
Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. All on the ground, McLaughlin. Down the sideline, past the 45. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos cut into the lead a little bit.
23.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath, but give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
May to throw on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. We're all set to kick this one away.
For the Patriots.
Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. As they try to run it here, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 29, here's second down and a yard. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Traditionally in first and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a second and 12. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Denver first down.
That's good for a Broncos.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense get a little lackadaisical.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
There's a screen from McLaughlin. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Gain of 6.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. He's going to tuck it and go.
Nix on the scramble. The tackle by Jelani Tabai. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
So it's a road win here for the Patriots. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big first quarter lead, did not look back as they cruise in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, glad you're with us. Out is the rookie from Greg's alma mater. That's Andres Borregales to get us started. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 5.
Throwing is Nix. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down.
Personal foul.
Big
Roughing the
call
passer.
here.
Defense.
It was 3rd down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the give, this is Harvey. That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's a first carry for their running back. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And the Patriots are going to recover.
That's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball. They knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
Now the former Buckeye, it's Travion Henderson. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Patrick Surtain makes the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's May. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Toss, Henderson heading right. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
Here comes the jet sweep, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Broncos' 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's May. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Yeah, so it seemed the second they broke the huddle, Mike, that there was some confusion. I'm not sure everybody got on the same page before that ball was snapped.
3rd and long. From out of the gun, they're going to run with Henderson. They'll pick up 7. Nice job defensively, though, to make sure it's not more. And it sets up 4th down.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
On now is Andres Borregales for the field goal try. This one will be from 37 yards out. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Patriots are out to an early 3-0 lead. So after the field goals to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They fumbled it away on that opening possession. Fortunate, it only led to a field goal, so they're in a 3-0 hole as they start this drive. 1st and 10. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
They'll go play at a throw right side is intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Henderson will take this one in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, New England.
That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, You don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Patriots are out to a 10-0 lead.
Broncos nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregalis is back to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Second down. Nix. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. One of the Patriots has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
They run straight ahead with Henderson. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
A gain of 12 yards.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
This defense is able to get the hold here on 1st down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4 down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
Once more, Henderson. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, Patriots. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Patriots 17, Broncos nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregalis is back to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The drive will start on the ground. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Offense.
the middle. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
Yeah, that one just didn't feel right from the jump. I think he sensed that he was either going to take a sack or get baited into making a bad throw. So ultimately a good decision, just throw the ball away.
Third and long. Throwing. Nix. The ball comes out. And I think a Bronco player was able to get in there. He was. So Denver keeps possession of the football. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On fourth down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Patriots offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1.
The tackle by Zach Allen. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's May. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now, May. And this will be incomplete, but there's a flag back in the backfield where the quarterback is. They may have got him after he released the ball. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Harold Landry there on the tackle. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And once again, he loses the football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 5. On the give, it's Henderson. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. He's going to have the 1st down and more. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, Patriots. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
It's the score, Patriots 24, Broncos nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Broncos offense headed back to take over once more. Going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. This one complete to Sutton. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. The medical staff looks him over. We'll step aside. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. I might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds they've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now, and he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession.